Welcome to Waco, Texas, home of the Baylor Bears at McLean Stadium. Folks lining the brazos as the Baylor line is ready to welcome the Bears onto the field. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Auburn will kick it off to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. First down for this offense. Wants to throw. It's Robertson. Got his man quickly. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. So, guys, over the last few years, there have been seismic changes to college football. Realignment, name, image, and likeness. But one of the biggest changes, the transfer portal.
Yeah, and now guys that are unhappy or in a situation where they see something that they'd rather be in, now you can leave, and there is no penalty. So, a lot of recruiting, Jesse, on other people's teams that go on throughout a season.
Yeah, it's 365. It's a lot of pressure on coaches to re-recruit their own players as well to try to keep those rosters intact. But the transfer portal completely flips rosters upside down. One team that struggles this year, if they get one key addition, it's a team potentially competing for a national championship next season.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
What a great play by one of their biggest playmakers in the D-line. I can say this personally. I got my first start in college at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It was brutal. I think about it and I get PTSD to this day. When you get those types of athletes in a three-point stance rushing the quarterback with that crowd noise and your offensive tackles can't hear the snap count, it's not a lot of fun.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. After the big first down sack, it's second down. Give to the running back. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Terrible, awful, seriously, just disgraceful.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long, this one from the 44. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Working that left side now. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Bears send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Looking for a productive play on first down. On the run, it's Hunter. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Back to throw, it's Thorne. He'll turn it loose out to the right. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side.
Off he goes. He's at the 40. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That's caught. It's Lambert-Smith.
Right there, I think you need a better play. You got to help your quarterback out a little bit because the throw's got to at least make it to the sticks. On that last play, you're basically trusting the guy to make a few dudes miss in order to go pick up that 1st down. I think you need to start being a bit more aggressive here when these 3rd downs present themselves.
Looking to scramble. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 50. The 30. He's at the 20. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Baylor!
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not bad. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
And the extra point is good. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here.
He's loose. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Thorne. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that 1st down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the 1st down marker. Get in there and get it.
Looking to move it through the air. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on 1st down, open up the entire play.
And just makes life so easy on quarterbacks. I mean, you got these guys that are so...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tiger. Lining up to add another. Splits the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Baylor has it back comes the Bear offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a run.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are. Just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Now, this is the way to come out of the gate and set the tone. Back and forth and already inside a minute to go in the first. He wants to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Keep bringing the heat like that, and you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown or Nick Fairley.
Man, I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back. Cam Newton took care of the offense, but he ruled the defense, making big plays, getting in the backfield, getting after quarterbacks.
Snowed under by the defense. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boost.
You've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advancing.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that fires you up as a defense. That gives you some extra juice. When you come in there and knock the living fire out of someone, everybody on the defense gets jacked up.
All the numbers and stats will show you going for it on 4th down in this area of the field really puts pressure on a defense. And the ball is picked off. Got some room to run. Past the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Tiger.
Yeah, how about that, man? 4th down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. All kinds of time to survey the field, and he'll let it go to the left. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Motion from the offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. They're bringing the ball towards 3. Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up. Just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep it.
Into the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Slams it ahead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Auburn! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
And that would be the definition of 1st down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice 1st down execution.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Finds his big tight end. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Robertson. Got his man on the right. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down. You want to talk about building a drive around a guy. First on the ground and now using him in the passing game.
And you get so much bang for your buck because you can split him out wide. You can fake it to him and throw it. This is the guy that really stretches the field and makes it.
Got some room into the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. Now getting down at the 1-yard line. And the Bears trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal.
There's a couple of ways to deal with quarterbacks.
Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Got his man all by himself. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the 1st down.
Well, that's a great job working through his progression. The first guy he wanted to throw to wasn't open. He was able to kind of get through it And lo and behold, there's a guy wide open. Nobody near him. It's a big play for the offense.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to pass. It's Thorne. Using the quick game. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Line getting set on 2nd down. They go to the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play getting the tackle for loss.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Nice defensive way to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Running it back, it's Reed. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might...
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
On 3rd and long, a check down will be the last resort. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Scanning the field, it's Thorne. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Just about set for the second half kickoff. Fair catch called for and made. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the food.
Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. And And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. They use the choke play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He's going to pass. With the catch, it's Simmons. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
That's the way you answer your halftime speech. You gave up a lot of points in that 1st half. What did the defense do? The 1st possession, you set the tone in the 2nd half, get the big stop, get the big sack. Really nice answer by this defense.
He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Caught close to the marker. It's Reese. There he goes to the right. Touchdown Bears! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the 1st play. You need to be successful and productive on that 1st play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Incomplete miss. He's lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Auburn sends out the punting unit. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go straight.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. To the air, it's Robertson. He rifles one deep down the middle. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the 1st half. And here they are in the 2nd half defending a deep ball.
He's going to take off. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. The Bears moving quickly to the line. Hit as he throws, and the ball goes right to the ground, incomplete.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time, they weren't able to come up with it. Be curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the 1st down, and that's all that matters.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the quarterback was in a world of trouble there. He was under pressure. He knew he was going to get hit, so he was just trying to get rid of it, but he forced it into double coverage. He's lucky that was only an incompletion.
They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up 3. It's 3rd and 7. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Off play action. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
And the Bears will line up to punt it away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And the returner will be brought down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Looking to move it through the air. And it's caught. It's Lewis.
Oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. From the gun. Give on the inside. Touchdown, Auburn! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jackson. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get it drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable in that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
From the gun, running back gets to give. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Forced down in the pocket. Fires on the move. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Reese. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Robertson. Pocket starts to collapse. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him, and sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking left. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21.
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Got the quick pass. Still on his feet at the 45. Got a lot of running room. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Yeah, and listen, QB's got to find ways to push the ball down the field and make sure defenses don't just sit in zones and stay shallow. Nice job by the QB. Push it down the field. Make some big plays, baby.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the areas they...
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Wake Forest is comfortably ahead on the scoreboard right now. Frankly, the kind of lead we're used to seeing on the basketball court with the Deacs. They're up by 15 over North Carolina. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Throws to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. And the Bears racing to the line in the hurry up.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't...
He's got it down the right side. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Back to throw. It's It's Robertson. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
And I've been there, fellas. This is no fun if you're a quarterback. All game long, you've got guys in your lap. You've got guys chasing you all the way across the field. You just never feel like you can get in a rhythm because this pass rush is in your face all day.
Quarterback checking the play. On second down, wants to throw it. Going to try and get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Fast motion from the offense. He leaves it with his back. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And there's really no question here. After not getting it on that last run play, down in the fourth quarter, fourth down, you've got to go. You've got to dial up your best play here offensively. Who is your best matchup? One-on-one that can get you this first down. Keep the drive moving and keep your chances of winning this game alive.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red sneak. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
First down here for the offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down.
And in this situation, late when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Off play action on first down. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Baylor! On to attempt the try. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
They'll ride the hot hand. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for space, it's Hunter. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Looking to throw for it. The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they'll do.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Thorne. He's got his man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
Direct snap. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Got his man down the middle. Timeout called by the defense, 29 seconds to go.
Our coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never be broke.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Auburn hopes to get War Eagle flying in this red zone trip.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5 plus. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you can throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Caught behind the line. It's Hunter. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. DB's right up on the receiver. Catch in the middle. It's Simmons. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. If they can pay off this 3rd and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. Well, jet sweep pass. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
And it's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaches.